Honorable Secretary Sir and Deputy Secretary Sir and other official dignitaries and my beloved colleagues and students, a very good afternoon to all. Hope all of you are able to listen to my voice. And other official dignitaries and my beloved colleagues and students, a very good afternoon to all. Hope all of you are able to listen to my voice. Can someone please respond if you could listen to my voice or not? Hello.
Hello, Ranjit ji.
Sir, can you please respond?
I can hear.
Right. Can I continue?
Yes, sure.
Right. So is my screen visible to all? So can someone please respond?
The title of the lesson is clearly visible on the screen.
Thank you so much. A very good afternoon to all. I feel it's a great honor to be part of this Zoom meeting. Dancing in the Rain, a prose lesson written by Azim Premji. Let's learn a little about the author before we understand the title of the lesson. Right. Azim Hashim Premji, the chairman of Wipro Limited, is an Indian business tycoon and a philanthropist. He devotes a lot of resources to improve the educational system in India. The Azim Premji Foundation and the Azim Premji University work towards that goal. Premji's speeches and articles on education and motivation are insightful and inspirational. So what I feel to say is, let us learn the least about the author of the lesson. Let us care the most about his feelings, his intentions, his emotions, his message through this lesson. Our more concern is about the intention of the author, not about the author. So let's learn the least about the author. Right. In brief, he is an Indian businessman, the chairman of Wipro and founder too. In 2010, he was voted among the 20 most powerful men in the world by Asia Week. He also he's famously known for holding his Bachelor of Engineering from Stanford University. Besides business tycoon, he is known to be a great philanthropist also. So this is in nutshell about the author of the lesson. Now let's try to understand what the title means. What or how does the title mean? Can you see the? Can anyone please respond what you can see on the screen? Can someone please respond what you see on the screen?
Yes, Ranjit Kumar Garu. How does the title mean?
Right. What or how does the title mean? Here the title means the lesson, Dancing in the Rain. What does the title mean? We'll try to understand the title. So what is the author of the lesson trying to say, naming this lesson with this title? What does the title mean? Dancing in the Rain. Is he expecting somebody to dance in the rain? Or is he forcing, or is he ordering, or is it literally, does the title literally mean expecting somebody to dance in the rain? So all these doubts or questions will be understood by the end of this lesson. It could be literally enjoying dancing merrily, enjoying in the rain, or it could not be. Let all these doubts will be clarified by the end of the lesson. Right. Moving on to the next question. Why don't we understand the text? Reasons. Can someone please respond? I like to receive some responses from the participants. It could be students, it could be my dearest colleagues.
Sir,
It
you
could
go
be a
ahead, sir. You go ahead.
okay, right. I myself will
Yes,
try to
yes.
provide the reasons.
You explain the
Why
things.
don't we understand a text? It could be a text, or it could be a prose, it could be a poem, or it could be some other article from newspaper. What could be the reasons for not being able to understand? So what I personally feel is, the first thing is, we do not know the background history of the text provided, the background plot or background context of the text provided. So if we do not know the background of it, we will not be able to understand a particular text or a particular poem, or an article from the newspaper. And the second reason is, we are not aware of certain words from the text, which is specifically to be said as vocabulary. So we are not aware of certain words from the text. That is the second reason. And the third reason is, which is almost like second one, we do not know. If we do not know some expressions, it could be idioms, or it could be specifically prepositional phrases, or it could be some other sayings. So if we are not aware of some expressions, we will not be able to understand the text or poem or prose or any article. So there are basically three reasons for not being able to understand a text. I repeat, first thing is not being aware of the background. Second thing is lack of vocabulary, and the third thing is not knowing the meaning of certain expressions. So why I said, why I'm speaking about this in this lesson is, in this Zoom class is, there is a reason. So for not being able to understand this prose, which is dancing in the rain, could be vocabulary. So let us I'll try to make an effort to make the students or participants to be aware of certain words from the text. Let's move on to the vocabulary session. That a list of words which are new to the students or to the participants. Right. Here you can see the glossary. There is a list of new words from the lesson. I'll try to give a quick read to the glossary. Prevalence, presence or existence. Existence of something is said to be prevalence. When something is there in some context, it could be physical existence, or it could be abstract existence, which is also called prevalence. Malaise, disorder, a problem or condition that harms or weakens the society. Simply say, to simply say it, it means a problem. Malaise is a problem. Spectrum, a wide range of similar qualities. There are a mixture of qualities put into a single uh, aspect. So that aspect is said to be spectrum. Explore, examine completely and carefully to find out something, to learn something by doing. So this is called explore. Exploring means to learn something, to examine something by doing. Apathetic, showing no interest, like lack of interest. You don't find it exciting, you don't find it interesting. So when you have such feeling, it is said to be apathetic. Straight jacketed, you can also see the phonetic transcription next to the word in order to pronounce the word appropriately. So straight jacketed simply means restricted, limited, or limited to tied, stopped from growing. So some growth of something is stopped, or somebody is stopped from doing something. So that is called, when somebody is stopped from doing something, you can use this word in that context. What is that word? Straitjacketed. Next, potential. Ability of doing something. Ability of doing something is called potential. Quality that exists and can be developed. That is potential. Inherently existing as a permanent and inseparable quality. Inherently, to simply say, it means a quality that comes by birth, that a quality that comes naturally, a quality that is not developed. An undeveloped quality is called inherent quality. Right. Next, prejudice, an unreasonable dislike or preference. Refrain, stop oneself from doing something. So, refrain is a special word which is almost every time followed by the preposition from. So when somebody is stopped from doing something, when somebody controls oneself from doing something, this word is used. I refrain from doing something. I refrain from traveling. You can say as such. Blossom, develop, bloom, become more healthy and confident. Vulnerable means tender, weak, and easily hurt. Easily hurt physically and emotionally. Something which is very weak and tender. So then you can refer it to be vulnerable. So this is a short list of the new words. What I feel this list could be new to the students. So I thought of making it very clear in the beginning of the class only. So if these words clear to the participants, move to the next slide. Right. Now we are trying to getting into the lesson in detail, step by step. Dancing in the Rain, Ajim Premji. Let's have a glance over pre-reading. What questions are provided in the pre-reading? Right. Have you ever seen children working in factories, fields, or shops? Have you? Right. If so, how do you feel when you see children of your age not attending school but working instead in difficult conditions? Imagine, like, you are a student, and when you see a boy or a girl of your age going to factories to work very, very hard in those factories, like you'll be going to school and the boy of your age will be going to the factories. So how do you feel when you see a boy or girl like that? Right. Consider the workload on school children. In some ways, their plight, their pathetic condition is no different from that of child laborers. Here the author is talking about two category of people. So before we getting into the lesson, I'd like to tell you what type of children is the author trying to talk about, what his objectives are in the lessons. Like, let me make it very clear in the beginning of the lesson only. Right. These I have a short list of the objectives of the lesson. Let me give a quick read of those. The author will be dealing the following 5 points. Those 5 points you'll not be able to see on the screen, but you'll be able to listen to those 5 points. Right. The author will be talking these 5 points. What are they? Right. These. He'll be talking about how two different types of children are leading their lives. How parents, in order to identify their dreams with the children, are stealing the childhood of the children. How teachers, so the author will be talking how teachers are dumping their knowledge into the minds of the students. And he'll be talking and how schools are killing the curiosity of the students. Above all, how the freedom of the children is being shackled by structured life, by routine rat race, and by social conditioning. So these ideas will be dealt in the class. So as I said, the author will be talking about two types of people, two types of children, specifically say two types of children he'll be talking about in the lesson. They are children going to school, children going to work. So children going to school will be waking up early, studying for some time, getting ready to school, spending a lot of time in school for classes. After coming back, freshening after coming back, going to IIT classes after that, and going for tuition, doing homework, going to bed. So this is the regular routine uh, of the regular schedule of the children going to school. While children going to work, these children will be working for food. These type 2 children will be working for food. They'll be struggling for existence and they'll be struggling for life. And their life will be like no work, no food. His big question to every person, every reader of the lesson is, when are children playing? Who is allowing them to follow their dreams? So these are the biggest questions posed in the lesson by the author. We'll be discussing each of those questions at each of those points as we move on to the next slides. So this is in nutshell, this is all about the lesson. Now we'll be moving to the lesson in detail. As I'm asked to read almost every line from the text, I'll do my best to do so as I was asked. Right. Can someone please respond what you see on the text, what you see on the screen? Srinivas sir, could you please respond? Srinivas sir, am I audible to anyone?
Sir.
Sir, am I audible to you?
Yeah, yes.
Right, sir. I was not able to listen to anybody's voice. So I thought only I was speaking and there was nobody in the meeting. So thank you.
Okay.
Right. Now I'll be reading and will be trying to give a little explanation about the lesson. One often hears of the high prevalence of child labor in our country. Of the many reports I have read, here the author is speaking to the reader. Of the many reports I have read, perhaps the most disturbing one was a report on the condition of children employed by jerry factories in Delhi, Mumbai, and other parts of India. It grieves me to imagine children exposed to such inhumanity. So the author is very much worried about the people, about the children especially, who are going to work in factories. So he generally reads many articles from the newspapers. As he was reading one day, like he read some articles relating to the children who are going to factories. Children who are supposed to go to schools are sent to factories to work physically very hard. So when the author read that, he felt very bad, and he's trying to show that through this lesson. Robbing children of their childhood is a criminal act, and our society must weed this malaise out from the root. But where does the root lie? Before you attempt an answer, let me give you an anecdote from the other end of the social spectrum. Now, moving on to the next slide. para of the next point of the lesson, the writer is trying to give us an anecdote, an incident about an employee who works in his own company. So there is an employee whose child wakes up at 5 o'clock in the early morning and does some preparation about her studies. Followed by that, she gets ready and rushes to the school. And in school, she spends almost all of her time, and she runs from school to 4 p.m. and rushes to IIT entrance exam. After coming back from school, she goes to IIT entrance exam coaching classes, and after that, she comes home at 6 p.m. She has tuition for 2 hours. Every day she'll be having only half an hour or hardly half an hour as a free time for her, and that too she'll be using to watch her favorite serial on TV. After watching, again she's in touch with her books again. After that, she goes to bed. That is a regular routine. So when this incident happened in his own company, so an employee of him, Premji's employee, explained her child's daily routine. So when author listens to this information by the employee, he was shocked, literally shocked, having heard the entire schedule of the girl student. So having listened to the entire story, entire information provided by the employee, the author asked the lady, when does she play? The question asked by the Premji was this: when does your child play? Then the employee replied simply, she does not play. He was even more shocked. She doesn't play. Of course, she does not play, she says. Right. And in addition to saying that, she says, she in the sense, the employee of the Premji says, what we feel is studies are more important than games. And we are very much worried about exams of the child than about our games, because her academic exams, her final exams, will be only once and she has to clear in one attempt. So that is why all the schedule is prepared and she'll be very much busy with her studies. So this is the anecdote given by the author. Is the condition of the child different from that of the child in the jerry factory? Right. This is the condition of the child going to school. Now the question is, if the condition of a child going to school is such busy with the studies without playing even for half an hour in a day, he or she, if such student is such busy only with the students, only with their preparation studies, what is the condition of the other children who are not going to school, especially who are going to factories? At least, are they playing? Are they enjoying their life? Is the question of the author. Are they enjoying? So when he tried to understand their daily life, their regular routine, their daily course, the pathetic response, the pathetic information was, even those children were also not enjoying their life. Even they are also not playing. Even they are also uh, not spending their time to explore their life or to develop their interests or to materialize or their dreams. Even they are also not doing. So his biggest worry is a category of children are very much busy, completely busy only with the studies. They are school going children, while the children who are not going to school, who are going to factories, they are also not playing. They are also busy with their work because their life is like struggle for existence. No work, no food. That is their life. Then where are the children playing? So are there any children in the world? Are there any children in our country who have time to uh, explore their interests, do something new? So what he understood was there was no child who was doing that. So he suddenly felt very sad having understood that, because the today's children are going to be tomorrow's future, and it is they who are going to it is those children who are going to build the nation very firmly. But if the condition of the children is like this, how the, like, just imagine the future of the nation, how will it be? Right, let's move to the next point. So when the author, when I look at children, I wonder whether they have time to play with friends, to meet interesting people, to explore the world, and to follow their curiosity. When the first monsoon showers begin, I would think that street would be full of children rushing headlong into the rain, dancing and playing. However, I think the rains fall on empty streets. So when the poet, having read those articles, having communicated, having interacted with one of his employees, having read some articles about the students who are busy with their studies, and some other articles about the people, children who are going to factories. So he was worried, and he says he likes to see the people when the monsoon begins. He likes to see the children coming out of their home and happily dancing in the streets, shouting and merrily enjoying. So, but the condition, today's condition in the society is, even it is raining outside, even the rain, like even it rains in the monsoon, even the in the beginning of the monsoon season, the children are still inside, and not even a single child is onto the roads to happily enjoying the rain. So that is what the condition. This, my friends, is the new Indian reality in our villages, in our slums, and in our metropolitan high rises. In our metropolitan high rises, whatever the reasons, poverty, societal aspirations, apathetic individuals and organizations, or just the burden of circumstances, the reality is that our children are straitjacketed. So when all this stuff is communicated or interacted or provided or to the parents or teachers, they may be giving their own reasons, it could be teachers or it could be parents. When a person asks them why the parents are not allowing their children to spend time to play, to spend time to follow their dreams, follow their curiosity, to explore something new. So when these question is asked, when these questions are asked to posed to parents or teachers, they may be providing their own reasons. They may be coming up with reasons which they feel sound, whatever could be the reason. So they may say, we feel studies are more important. This world is very competitive. In this competitive world, one has to learn many things. One has to practice many things. One has to be alert, to be abreast with the updated world. The children, the parents, the teachers may be coming up with many reasons, whatever the reasons be, whatever could be the reasons. The point is, the children are completely straitjacketed. They are restricted. They are arrested. They are completely limited. Their life is completely planned. Like they have become. I feel very sad. I feel very, very bad to say, make this statement as part of this lesson, as part of this Zoom meeting class. Today's children have become almost like animals in the zoo. Yep. What you have heard is completely right. I intentionally mentioned this statement. Today's children, basing on this lesson, I'm trying to make that statement. Basing on the opinion of the author, I would quote this statement in this lesson. Today's children, today's students have become almost animals, like in the circus zoo. Like they're not taught, they're not allowed to learn on their own. They are not allowed to follow their dreams. They are not allowed to explore their interest. They are only trained. Today's children are completely trained, and their complete life is well planned. See, today this year is 2020, and parents in the society are very much ready what their child has to do in 2021, 22, 23, 24. Their 2025, 25th year activities are very much pre-planned by the parents. So when this is done by the parents, when this uh, structured pre-planning is done by the parents, their life is arrested. They will not be able to learn on their self. They will not be able to follow their dreams. They will not be able to bloom their inherent qualities. So all this will be happening. So teachers, parents will maybe having their own reasons, but the point is the children's freedom is greatly robbed by the parents and teachers. This is the truth, today's reality. And the next point is hope you are able to see the screen. The final indicator of a country's independence is the way its children live. Are children free from the malaise of poverty and hunger? Are they free from the burden of parental aspiration? Are they free from the norms of social conditioning? Are we ensuring the curiosity of our children continues to burn and is not stamped out? Are they free to explore the world, to realize their unique potential, and thereby help discover the true potential of the society itself? So here is a list of questions being posed by the author to the parents and could be to the teachers as well. So let's have a detailed understanding of those questions. Right. The first question is, so what the author feels is a country's independence depends upon is understood how the children lead their life. So this is the belief of the author. So it could be India, it could be Australia, it could be Switzerland, it could be Norway, be it any
Sir,
country.
Sir
Sir,
Ranjit Kumar,
sir.
sir, it's time, sir. Please conclude the lesson. It is almost 2:40 now.
All right, sir. I'll try to conclude.
Please.
So I'll fast forward, sir. So a country's independence is understood how the children lead their life. So are the parents allowing their children to allowing the children to follow their dreams? Are we helping the children? Are the parents helping their children to nourish their inherent qualities? So what the author feels, all these are not being done. The freedom of the children is being robbed, the author feels. So uh, Based on the text provided in the lesson, I would like to uh, mention some more points, right? How the author wants parents, teachers, or schools and children to be. So if the children's freedom is robbed, it's nothing but like what the author says is it's a crime, and it eventually results in a vulnerable, a weak future of the nation. So he's expecting, the author is expecting the parents, teachers, schools, and children to be in such a way that he wants parents to allow their children to follow their curiosity and their inherent interest. The author wants parents to allow their children to follow their curiosity and their inherent interest. And the second one is the author is expecting the teachers who learn from their students in order to allow the students to learn. I repeat the point so that it would be clear. The author is expecting the teachers who learn from their students in order to allow the students to learn, not that who train the students. And the final one is the author, this is the ultimate one, the author is expecting the children who employ their freedom to materialize their inherent dreams, their natural dreams. So these are the intentions. So finally, in a nutshell, the author's intention is the freedom of the children should not be disturbed, should be allowed to learn on their own. They should be provided such an exposure, such an atmosphere, such a weather, such a conditions around them, circumstances around them, which support their natural qualities to develop and to achieve something greater, interesting, exploring in their life. So this is what the lesson of the Azim dancing the rain says. Hope it was made briefly clear to the participants. Thank you all for being part of this Zoom meeting. Thank you so much to everyone who caused this meeting, and thank you so much for making me part of this meeting. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Conclude, sir.